Alright guys, welcome to PMT tutorial video number 3. Let's talk about the smallest tips for the hands and the feet. Everybody should really take care of your feet. They get ignored, whether you've got a sedentary lifestyle or you stand and walk all day. If you're an athlete, you lift weights on those feet, maybe you run on those feet, they need your help. So, obviously, you should treat yourself. You should foam roll too, guys. All therapies are good for you. You're just picking the ones really that fit your lifestyle. Whether you have a lot of time to stretch, whether you have a short time to stretch, a lot of time to roll, a short time to do percussion massage tool, you're really picking and choosing your therapies. So, guys, PMT, this is just one of those, but we definitely recommend lots of therapies for your muscles to stay healthy, stay lean, stay fit, and stay flexible and keep the neuromuscular system healthy. Alright, so hands and feet with the smaller tips. So I've got my PMT machine here, and if I'm going to do this on my hands and feet, I'm going to pick the smaller tips. So what I want here is to use the thumb. The thumb is what we recommend for the hands and feet. It's small, it gets into those crevices, small enough to work the smaller muscles, shorter muscles of your hands and feet. So easy to put your tips on. You just slide them on. Put your little groove in the right direction, slide it right on. Your tips should fit nice and snug. If this turns on and your tips are flying off, something's wrong. Get in contact with us so we can talk you through this, but they should, of course, fit perfect. So let's just work the hand. Working the hand, you probably are going to want to stay at a higher speed, but play around with speed. It's up to you. So with the hand, guys, you really are working within the 4 points of your hand and in the middle. The most important digit here is your thumb. It's strong and it's always working. So keep the thumb healthy, and it has the most tissue. The tissue is the thickest. So you can work the top of your hand between the forefinger and thumb, not working in between any of the other joints. You want to get into that big muscle there of the thumb. It's a big adductor muscle. And you can work the palm of the hand into that muscle here. You can work around the grooves, all around the edges, and in the middle. But we don't really have to get into the joints of your fingers because they're really tendinous. The muscle's not really sitting right there. It's sitting in the palm of your hand. Whether you're going down to your wrist on either side, it's bony and tendinous area, use the softest of the tips to get around bony and tendinous areas of the wrist. Okay, that's the hand. Work in the hand. If you're on top of the hand, only stay between the thumb and forefinger. Now for the foot, really the same rules apply, and you can work a lot around the heel of the foot. If I've got my foot right here, I can work that whole pad of the foot, but just like the hand, I don't have to get into the tissue around the big joints before my toes. Again, it's pretty tendinous. Let's talk a little bit about flexion of the tissue. So flexion is shortening of the tissue, so I would need to scrunch my toes up. And if I want to lengthen the tissue of my foot, I would extend the toes here. So flexing the toes and extending the toes while I work the machine will communicate to the nerves in our foot. So we've got a neuromuscular system. Nerves communicate with our brain, communicate with our muscle. We actually want to move the muscle as we use our tool. You can keep the muscle nice and relaxed and not move the muscle at all. Otherwise, you're moving with flexion and extension. How the tissue moves with the machine. I can just leave my muscle nice and relaxed and not move it, or I can flex the tissue and I can extend the tissue. You're doing two things. With the extension, you're asking that muscle to stretch. While the machine is working, you're also stretching into the tissue just like a trampoline. So as you're jumping up and down on a trampoline, you're pushing the trampoline down. So you're encouraging elasticity and bringing it to relax. Elasticity, relax. So you are communicating with the neuromuscular system. On stretch, and you're leaving those toes extended, you're just working against a tighter trampoline. Okay, you're encouraging more stretch while you're under stretch. Okay, flexion, it's got tension on it, and we're doing the same thing, stretching our trampoline, our muscles, and relaxing. Okay. I turned my foot down so I can get into the arch of my foot. Now, I've got a pretty standard arch, but whether you've got a high arch or a low arch, they're both a struggle for people. So high arches and low arches both actually encourage, there's problems with that. You need to take care of your foot. Roll it out with a foam roller, roll it out with a baker's rolling pin, use percussion massage, and your feet will be happier. If you're working on a computer all the time, again, work within the wrist area, which I can show you on video number 4. Work the thumb. It's always on that space key if you're always on that computer. Work into the outside, that pinky finger, which isn't strong in general. You're always asking it to move. So, take care of your hands, take care of your feet, take care of your whole body, because your body needs you and you only get one of them. Alright? Again, put questions on this video. We will do our best to answer anything. I can answer the muscle questions, and the tech guys can answer the tech questions. Stay tuned and up to date.